Hello, what to do, everybody? It's Crispy, and today we're talking about the worst teacher in history. Now, today's story about the... Bro. Now, today's story is about the worst substitute teacher I've ever had the displeasure of having. This guy was an absolute phony baloney jabroni, man. I did not like this guy one bit, but he became like a legendary meme. Like, this guy is still an inside joke among my close friends to this day, because he was just so ridiculous. Now, not only was he just the worst teacher I've ever had, he was a substitute teacher. So we only had this guy for a limited time offer, bro. He was only temporary. We had the fucking 2-month free trial, and then this guy was banished to the Shadow Realm. Never to be seen again. Like, this guy was a terrible teacher, but as bad as he was, I think my entire class secretly wished he'd come back for another month. We'd always hope it. We were trying to speak it into existence and summon him back from the Shadow Realm. Now, the reason we had a substitute teacher is because our teacher got pregnant. Now, this is do you know that one meme that's English teachers trying not to get pregnant? I mean, no disrespect to English teachers. Some of my best teachers I've ever had in my life were English teachers. But there's something about them, man. I swear they'd be freaky as fuck, man. Because one day you're reading of Mice and Men with your English teacher, and the next day it's some random chap from down the street reading it because your English teacher's having a baby in a few weeks. Wait, that's never happened to you before? Well, it happened to me. But that happened to me when I was in secondary school. Let me take you back to primary school for a second. Now, like I said, my teacher got pregnant, so we had to get a replacement. Now, this wasn't just no ordinary teacher. This guy was how do I even explain? This guy was so peculiar and so bizarre.
This is so bizarre!
This guy was just... Not only was he a strange teacher, bro, he was a strange human, as a matter of fact. Now, up until this point in my life, I've only ever had female teachers. I've only ever had women teaching me, and in my experience, women are usually better teachers, but the guys are a lot more chill, especially later in life. Some of my teachers were just friends who were paid to teach me, man, especially my geography teacher. If you're watching this, man, shout out to you. You rock, bro. That was a geography joke. But yeah, this guy comes in, and everybody's just taken aback, what, a guy's teaching us? And this guy was just unhinged as shit. And so, obviously we have to get acquainted with the guy, you know? So the fella starts taking our names on the roll call. And I remember me and my friend, we were such little shitheads, right? We give him fake names. I say my name is I think we switch our names or something. So, you know, he's Crispy and I'm Jimmy or something like that. And then for a few weeks, you know, I was just Jimmy and he was just Crispy. Now, some people took it to a different level. Some people were just my name is Farty McFartface. And then some people were my name is Pickle Dipple Baloney Dick and shit like that. They remade this guy's life a living nightmare. Oh my god. But I remember one thing he did which was particularly strange was he gave people titles. Now, he gave a girl in our class, we're gonna call her Rachel. Everyone liked this girl, but we were kids, bro. Do you know what I mean? We were allowed to. But I think this guy had a little crush on Rachel too, because he gave her the nickname the Almighty Special One. And, you know, whenever we weren't learning maths or English or something like that, and we had spare time, before we do anything, he'd consult the quote-unquote Almighty Special One about what we do next. So basically, she was the queen of the class. And it's pretty strange looking back, considering how this guy's favorite was a girl, a kid, and this guy was in his mid-20s. Maybe Chris Hansen needs this guy to have a seat. Maybe Gideon needs to catch up to this guy. This guy might have been an EDP 445 clone, now that I think about it. But yeah, one day we're just taking the piss, you know? This guy can't take the fake names anymore. This guy can't take the my name is Billy Bob Joe names anymore. He's just losing the plot. I remember this guy he starts tweeting. This guy looked like Mr. Crocker from Fairly Odd Parents, man. And he just starts fucking right. This guy lets loose, similar to the martial arts teacher, bro. This guy lost all his fucking cool, and he starts going off with all of us, saying how much he hates us. And then the next day he was gone, and we never saw him again. Now, I kind of feel bad for this teacher, and I don't at the same time, because on one hand, you know, he was just a guy in his mid to late 20s, trying to do an honest job. But at the same time, he might be a future guest on To Catch a Predator. But yeah, I remember one time to appeal to the kids in my class, mostly like the football players. My class was like overwhelmingly like boys. Like the ratio for boys to girls was criminal. I think we had 9 girls in our class and like 25 fellas. Yeah, I think that was the ratio. So I don't know, bro, I'm shit at maths. But one time he says like, I remember this is right before FIFA 17 came out. Yeah, okay, so this was 2016. Before FIFA 17 came out, he says like to the kids, like, I have FIFA 17 early copy, yeah. I'll bring it in tomorrow if you behave. And everyone the whole day is just bugging him like, are you gonna bring it in? Could you bring your Xbox so we could play it tomorrow? And this guy's like, yeah, if you behave. So everyone's on their best behavior, like turning their backs on Mother Nature, bro. And that's such a good song. Everyone's on their best behavior, the whole day. But eventually this one kid had to ruin it. I don't remember what he did. I think it was Vlad. Vlad did something stupid as always, man. And man, he never brought in his copy of FIFA 17 or his Xbox. But I call bullshit, man. I know for a fact he didn't have that, man. I know for a fact, man. He was just saying that to get us to behave, man. Now, eventually, my teacher has her baby. She brought a wonderful joy into this world, And she comes in with her baby one day in like a buggy and she's showing us like, yeah, this is my baby. What up, what it do? Bro, the baby is so fly, bro. I remember like the baby has like a little pair of Jordans on. Bro, this baby was fucking dripped from day one, man. But she also gets a note on her desk. Now the note is from, I never gave this guy a name. We're gonna call him Zach. Now, Zach got a note on his desk saying that we were the worst class he's ever taught and he doesn't want to teach anymore because of us. And bro, Zach, you had it coming, man. Like, fuck you. Also, I remember one time my friend, we're gonna call him Felix again. Felix, like, drew a picture. We were doing art. And he drew, like, a poster. Like, this 1984, like, type poster. The novel by George Orwell. I think it's a movie as well. It's kind of crazy that life is becoming like that. 1984 stuff. Like, I'd rather not live in a society like that. But anyway, the gist of that book is that there's posters everywhere that says Big Brother is watching because the government and the people, the authority basically, like, they watch everyone. Your every move is watched by these people.
I'm not a big fan of the government. 30 on 30.
Similar to what's happening on the internet with the AI age verification shit. Bro, fuck that, man. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. My friend draws a poster of inspired by 1984. And it's like a building that says like Zach Corp. And Zach Corp is always watching you. And this guy drew fucking Zach, the substitute teacher's face, on top of a building. Like, with one eye that says Zach Corp. Zach is always watching. Man, that's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Shout out to you, Felix, man. But anyway, that about ends this tale. I don't know what else to add to it. We never saw Zach again. I'm pretty sure he like quit teaching after that. But yeah, that's it. See you.